Hmm. Could you sketch a graph of a circle with a radius 4 centimeter centered at a coordinate 2 minus 4? Could you do that? Okay, let's go. Hi, I'm Dr. Kat. So in this lesson, you will learn about graph. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to sketch a linear graph and a circle on the graph. Okay, let's go. So what is a graph? A graph of an equation. You learned about equation before. So a graph of an equation connecting x and y is the representation of the relation between them in the xy plane. For example, here we have a Cartesian axis. We have Cartesian axis, number line x and y perpendicular to each other. So let us sketch the graph of y equal to x minus 1. So this is the power of number that we learned before. Okay. So to sketch a graph, you have to decide what range is suitable. So that is depends on the experience and the exercise that you have. You can estimate the range which is suitable for any equation. Here I put x from minus 4 to 4. Okay, now let us construct a table, and then after that calculate those number where minus 4 1 over, because this is equal to 1 over x, right? So 1 over 4 minus is 0 0.25 minus 0 0.5 and so on. And you can look, this is particularly important for this function. At x equals to 0, y goes to infinity. Alright. Okay, then we'll plot the coordinates. We have 0, we have minus 1, we have minus 2, and minus 4. So that's not necessarily the same interval. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for above, it is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's look for the first minus 4 here. It is, so I take another color. So minus 4 is 0 0.25. So it's here, I guess. And then minus 2 is 0 0.5, a little bit up. 1 is here. And we don't know what happened there. Okay. And then 1 is 1. So we have 2 is 0 0.5 is here. Alright, so I did mistakes. So it is not there. It should be here because this is minus, right? So it should be here. Should be here. And should be here. Okay. Then we have, because we only know this part only. Okay, and this part only. But when you check another value for 0 0.5 and another value here minus 0 0.5, you will get something like this. Okay, something like this. So it will never touch the y-axis. We move to the most or frequently met graph, where we call it as a linear graph. So linear graph is a straight line graph. So a linear graph represents a linear equation in the form of y equal to mx plus c. So this is linear equation. So what's inside this is the value of m and value of c. So value of m is called a slope or gradient, and this is actually the ratio between 2 points in y-axis to the ratio to the difference between the points in the x value in the x-axis. All right, and c is actually the c is the intercept at y-axis. All right, so let's take any 2 points on the graph where the first is a p x1 y2 and the second one is x2 y2. So we can have a visual right triangle where we extract here. So the value of this difference divided by this difference is the slope of the graph, and then the angle here make the alpha value. If we take tangent of the alpha, which is equal to this adjacent length and this base length, so that we can find out actually the gradient is also equal to the tan angle made by this hypotenuse and the base. All right, so the slope can be positive if it is in this direction, and it can be negative. Right, it can be also 0, and it can also have any number. Right, now we go to the condition where 2 lines are perpendicular on the graph. So suppose that we have a line L1 and line L2 where they are perpendicular to each other. They must have different equation. So they have different slope, and also they have different intercepts. So in order for them to have the property of perpendicular to each other, so the slope of m1 and m2 must be, the product of them must be equal to -1. So how are we going to prove it? So let's have a L1 translate to the right, so to be here, and then the green line translated above, so they have they intercept at 0, but they don't change the slope. Okay, they don't change the slope. So we translate them so that they meet at 0, so that we can have a right triangle where there is a angle made by the L1 and x-axis. So the value of this point is AB. Suppose that is the AB, and this is AAB. And this right triangle must be also equivalent to this right triangle. So if you check here, this is if this is alpha, this is 90 degree, and this is another value of beta. So you can say that there is equivalent angle between them. So this is since this is B, all right, so that they have the same size, right? They should have the same size. This is minus B, okay, and here is the A, value of A. All right, so if we calculate the slope of M1, so this is the slope of M1. The slope of M1 is equal to B minus A, right? So B minus A, because this is the origin, so B minus 0 equal to A minus 0, so you will have a B minus over A. M2 is A minus 0. From here, this is A minus 0, and then minus b minus 0, so you have minus ab. So the multiplication between those two gradient is minus 1. So this proves that these two are perpendicular to each other. Now we go to the equation of a circle. So a circle graph consists of all points which are constant distance from a point. So you have a P points and it has the same constant distance from C, and all of these points have the same distance from the point C, center of the circle. Alright, so the equation of circle in the standard form is r square, because you can see this is the right triangle, right? So this is right square equal to the distance between this square and distance between this square. So you have x minus a and y minus b, where this is the location of the point. So this is the r is the radius of the circle centered at a, b. Alright, then we return back to our initial problem. Sketch a graph of circle with a radius 4 centered at the coordinates minus 2 minus 4. So you can have this is 1, this is 2. You can say this 2, this is 4. And you can have here is 2 and minus 4. So minus 2 minus 4 is around here. Okay. And then 4 centimeter, so you can have a border. And this is 2, this is 4, so you can have here, sorry. Okay, see, this is 2, 4, so here. Okay, this is a distance, so you can have one line over there, I guess. So you can have, because this is 2, this is 6, so you can have here. So sorry for my bad drawing. Okay, so you can have a circle around them. Okay, so you have a circle. So what would be the equation of the circle is r square equal to x minus 4, okay, square, plus y minus 4 square. This is x plus 4 square plus y plus 4 square. Alright, so in this lesson we have recognized the relation between two variables x and y given by an equation, and you can plot it on a graph. So in the next lesson we will explore more equations in terms of functions. Okay, see you then. Bye.